live right now. Let's bring them on into the conversation. Hi, guys. What's up? It's so good to see you.
Nice to see you, Noelle.
So good to have you here. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
We're good.
Good.
Excited to be here.
Yes, we're so excited to have you here again. Ava and Lisa, you guys are joining us from Arizona. And Ava, I understand that you are like an expert in Willo. How long have you been using your Willo for?
I think I've been using the Willow for a year.
Almost a year.
Or almost a year.
Wow. And Ava, how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
10 years old. And what grade are you in?
Grade 4.
Grade 4. And what are some of the things you like to do? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
One of the things that I like to do is I like to sometimes be on my computer or game.
Roblox.
Computer games.
Roblox is life.
Yeah, Roblox.
Nice. So you love technology, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Willo is a really amazing piece of tech that's so easy for kids to use to get the job of brushing their teeth done. How did you guys first come to learn about Willo?
Well, we actually had a friend who, we are involved in the special needs community, and we had a friend who was involved with overseeing some of on the dentist side of Willo running, and they reached out to us and said, hey, would you guys like to try this out? They may have known that brushing was kind of a bit of a hassle sometimes for our kids, so so we just started it, and we provided a lot of feedback initially, and like Ava said, it's been almost a year now that the kids have been using it.
Wow. Okay, so Ava, you use it, and then I understand you have a brother too who uses it. Is that right?
Yes.
Yep. He is my oldest, Eli. He's 13, and he's also been using it the same amount of time. He is on the autism spectrum, so being able to really have the peace of mind knowing that maybe neglecting those routines, as often many times teenagers do anyway, but knowing that just with any additional challenges that come with what he does day in and day out, he uses it, and his teeth are great. And he actually just started using it with braces a couple of months ago. He got braces on, and he's been using it no problem since then too.
Oh, that's awesome. So even with braces on, you get that really nice deep clean, right?
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Ava, tell me about the first time that you used the Willo. What were you thinking when you used it? Were you like, this is so cool?
I thought it was cool, just like you said. And I thought that it, some of the bristles was gonna get stuck in my teeth, but no, it didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things Ava used to really have a difficult time with was with a standard toothbrush. The bristles were really hard and they would hurt her teeth. She's very sensitive to that. And I actually didn't know that until she was using the Willo for a while and said, yeah, it doesn't hurt my teeth like the other toothbrush. She's like, this feels like a massage. So
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I know. I mean, Ava, I have used the Willo myself too. And I thought the same thing. I thought, wow, this is so cool. And it's also so gentle. And it really does sort of, right, there's this pulsating action that kind of massages your gums and feels really good on your gums. So that's really nice. Now, Ava, do you like brushing your teeth? Would you say you like to brush your teeth?
Yeah, I do.
Do you like it more now with the Willo?
Yeah, I do.
You didn't really like to brush your teeth before, huh?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so were you using just a regular old toothbrush before?
Yes.
And Lisa, what were you noticing? What were you noticing in terms of her brushing skills? Was she able to really kind of, get in the back and the molars and all around, or was she struggling with that?
Yeah, that was always a struggle, honestly, with both of the kids. I mean, I
Mhm.
feel like I was always having to do like a second brush check and go through and make sure to help brush myself. So it was a lot. Honestly, I can very truthfully say that this just has provided so much peace of mind because I mean, yeah, we can check with the app, to make sure that they are finishing the cycles and brushing. But because of the way that Ava and Eli have described their teeth, I noticed that they're even whiter. I noticed that pretty early on that their teeth started to look whiter. It just gives me so much peace of mind. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome, and I'm sure it feels you feel more confident too going to the dentist, feeling like
Mhm.
okay, we got this. We're gonna get a
Yep.
good, good feedback from the dentist. That's awesome. And you mentioned the app, so yeah, for the viewers out there that don't know, the Willow actually compared to an app through one of these what's called smart rings here, and I have one on the bottom of my mouthpiece here. I've got the pink one on. Ava, what is your favorite color? What color smart ring do you have on your Willow?
I also have pink.
You have pink too?
You
Are
want to
we
show
do we
me?
both love
Yeah.
pink?
Yeah, I guess so.
Awesome, awesome. Yes. So the smart ring pairs to the app and can monitor sort of the brushing right habits, daily
Mhm.
brushing habits. So Lisa, have you guys used the app much? Have you been able to kind of monitor what the kids are doing in terms of their brushing or maybe not brushing?
Yeah, we actually had an interesting story. We used it more frequently when we first started, when trying to kind of establish the routine of,
Uh huh.
okay, we're going to be using this and you're going to do it twice a day, just like you would normally. And one of our kids, I won't say who, was like, yeah, no, I brushed him. I did it. I finished it. And on the app, we could tell that they didn't. So, that was kind of a fun way to say, hey, we can see that,
Yeah.
you never think a toothbrush would ever tell on you, but it does.
Right. Well, and it's, I mean, obviously, it's not, a bad thing. I feel like all kids and even adults too. I mean, there are so many nights, if I shouldn't be telling you this, but there are so many nights where I will go to bed, right, without brushing my teeth because I'm kind of lazy. I'm
Yeah,
kind of tired.
yeah.
So we all do it, but it's really nice that the app sort of is there to kind of build those habits. Ava, do you feel like at the end of the day, even like, the end of the school day, or maybe you're getting ready for bed, even when you're really tired, do you feel like the Willow is something that you can do every single night before bed and also in the morning before school?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's just easy to do.
Yeah, so easy.
Mm.
And it's just what? It's 2 minutes total, right? And you do the
Yeah,
top and you do the bottom. So you're doing both the top and the bottom, which is great. And you don't have to do anything, right? You just put it in your mouth and turn it on, and there you go.
yeah.
That's awesome. So let's talk a little bit about because you guys have the unit there with you. You've got the device there. I
Mhm.
have the device with me. So let's go ahead and kind of break it down a little bit for our viewers out there that don't know
Okay.
much about it. Ava, do you want to talk about it a little bit and the different, right? We've got some water here on top of the unit.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then what about the
Yep.
blue pod that's next to it?
This is the rinse. So instead of using an actual tube of toothpaste, this is the rinse that will go through and replace that. So what's cool is they get delivered. So you just pop it in, and this thing lasts a long time. I feel like we haven't had a refill in a while, and I feel like it just lasts. So it kind of avoids, overusing or sometimes not using enough
Hmm.
toothpaste. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so there's no mess, right? Because
Mm-mm.
there's no toothpaste involved. And what about, do you have to spit, Ava, at all? Or swish or rinse or anything like that?
No, it just does it. It just does it on its own.
Wow, that's
We
awesome.
can show you. There's a little tube. So normally we would be in our bathroom, but we thought just for demonstration purposes, we'll come out to the kitchen. And so here's our sink. There's a tube that's connected here to the bottom of the Willow. You see it? And so this little suction right here connects into the sink. And so as she's brushing, doing the cycle, it will once it'll go through the pulsating, and then it'll suck out all of that, this rinse, all the spit, and actually put it into the sink for her. And then when she switches to the bottom, same thing.
I love that. Gosh, I wish that it's funny because the Willo is obviously for kids, but like I said, I've got a device here with me and I've used it before. Lisa, have you used it at all? Have you tried it at all?
I haven't. No, it's been specifically for the kids.
Right.
But I'm anxious once we start using it more for adults. I'm anxious to definitely use it.
Yeah, I know. It's really wild how deep it cleans your teeth and also gets into the gum line too. And like I said, massages your gum line, which feels really great. Now, Ava, I understand that you actually flew to New York City to film some content with Willo. Tell me what that was like.
Well, it was like a real stage, like you were on a real stage and like people were just watching you. It felt kind of awkward.
Was that your first time?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, was that your first time in New York City?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So you're going to New York City. You've never been there before. What was it like meeting the team over at Willo?
It was like exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I was a tiny bit nervous, but I was mostly excited.
Yeah. It was pretty neat to be on a set where all these cameras are looking at you and asking you questions about brushing your teeth. I know the director was asking about, did you ever not brush your teeth and say that you did? And at first I was standing there and she kind of looked at me like, I don't know if I can say this. And so the director said, okay, Mom, let's have you out. And that's when Ava shared the story that, she would sometimes say, okay, yeah, I did it. Or she'd force her brother to brush her brush. And then she'd just put water in and spit it out and say she was done.
Oh my gosh, I could totally relate to that. I remember, and like I said, Ava, I still do that sometimes where I get too lazy at the end of the day and I think, I'll brush them tomorrow. But that is not good. Yeah. That is not building good, healthy habits, which we all need to implement. And we're coming into a new year too. 2022 is just around the corner. So it's all about, implementing those good habits for the new year, which is exciting. Since you have the unit there with you, Ava, would you demo it for us and show us how you use the Willo and kind of walk us through? So what is your first step? What's the first thing that you do?
So the first thing that you do is you grab your mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
You grab your mouthpiece, and then after that, you grab this. You see a cap, right? Take it off. Now, what do you do next? Well, the thing is, put the cap on the side, because you don't want it falling in the sink. And then just put this mouthpiece in it, and then put it in your mouth. Push the button.
So she's placing it on the top. She's pushing the button. You'll hear the noise. And so you can't see it, but there's actually some of the liquids even spitting out here. So if there's too much, it'll suction out. It doesn't make a mess anywhere. And I believe this is so I can see that it's pulsating around her teeth. There comes the rinse. Yeah, so this fluoride rinse just came through, pulsing.
Awesome. Yeah, we can hear it a little bit. She
describes it as feeling like a massage. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice and gentle, and it's doing your top teeth right now, Ava. And then, you're gonna flip it there to the bottom.
Was there a little bit extra on that one?
Yeah. And then after that, you just rinse it.
So you want to do your bottom teeth too to show them?
Oh yeah. Sure.
Okay.
And then the button won't go right here. It'll be right there. So you just put your thumb or whatever you use to press the button. You just put it in the the bottom, and you.
There we go.
So this one, she actually rinsed the mouthpiece out because this one's a brand new one, and so she rinsed it out, and so there was a little bit of excess water on there. So when it came through, that's why she spit afterwards. But normally she doesn't have to spit.
No spitting, yeah, no spitting, no rinsing. Lisa, while that's going on her bottom teeth, what has the feedback been from both of your children's dentists or dentists? What have they said?
Yeah, great question. I mean, we had a couple of watches, I guess is the best way to describe it, where there were some that were progressing to look like cavities, and of course and then she rinses it out here to just clean it out. And actually, they have not had any cavities since starting this. Like I said, about January of 2021, so almost a year now, which is great.
Wow. And the dentist knows that they're using the Willo?
He does, yeah, he does. And like I said, with our son now using, he has braces, and so you're always kind of concerned with just food getting stuck as it is, but with braces really getting in there. So he uses that, and then of course they do floss still, but he uses a water pick to get anything else out.
Nice. Yeah, I recently learned this statistic actually from the folks at Willo that studies show that Willo is equal to or more effective than a manual toothbrush in 91% of cases, which is amazing. And Lisa, tell me again about your son. I know you mentioned that you're in the special needs community. So what has his experience been like using the Willo?
Well, like I said, he's 13. So on top of being autistic and having some sensory challenges and sticking to routines is kind of difficult. He's also a teenager, so adding to routines, that's also difficult. But, it's amazing how, first and foremost, he absolutely hated ever brushing his teeth and going to the dentist. I mean, it was just something that I was always so concerned with and worried about, what's it going to be like 10 years from now. And so he uses it very consistently. It's like nothing, no hassle, just go and use it. As you can hear, the device does make some noise, but just kind of introducing, hey, this is a really cool, it's a toothbrushing robot. That kind of got him excited. And so it wasn't loud enough to the point where it would, deter him from using it. He's used it pretty religiously. So
Wow. And in both kids, I mean, Ava, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you feel like having the Willo has made you more confident and more independent in terms of, brushing your teeth on your own, managing your own nighttime routine, morning routine?
Yes, it has, definitely. And I feel more like what you said, independent and confident. My teeth, it feels more clean.
Yeah, your teeth look a lot. They look, I mean, it's incredible. Just the shades, they started looking whiter within, I feel like a week. I couldn't believe it. And then at that time, again, we were providing a lot of feedback to Willo and the dental hygienists, which it's amazing. They're always available to answer any questions. If I ever had questions about like the mouthpiece, they were coming back because it is such a new device. I wanted to make sure we were doing it right and following along. And they said that, that's common because it's brushing a lot deeper and it's getting it that their teeth are getting cleaner. So they're going to look a bit wider.
Yeah, I mean the folks over at Willo, they are so available. It seems, for parents, for kids to ask questions. I also really quickly, while we're chatting here, want to plug one more time for anyone that's joining us now online. You guys can get $100 off of your Willo today using the code Willo100. Actually, this goes through tomorrow, December 14th at 11:59 p.m. So using this code Willo100, you're going to get $100 off of $299 price tag on the Willo. You can also use code WillowBOGO, that's BOGO, to buy one at $299 and then get one free. How awesome is that? So again, two amazing promos lasting from today, December 13th, through tomorrow, December 14th at 11:59 p.m. Like I said, now Ava and Lisa, I'm curious. Ava, we just talked about building confidence. You are already so confident, I can tell. You must have lots of friends. What have your friends said when they come over to your house and they see your Willo? What do they say about it?
They're like, "What is that in the bathroom? Is that the toothbrush that you were talking about?" And I say yes. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, I want one too," but they don't have one.
But
And
you probably inspire them to get one.
yeah.
And now we have obviously that buy one get one free deal today for any parents out there that are interested in owning not one Willo but two Willo units. Now, Lisa, do both your children use the same unit just with different mouthpieces?
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes it kind of nice. There's no, excuse of like, oh, I can't find my toothbrush or I used it somewhere. The mouthpiece is just, it's set aside. Like I said, normally we're in the bathroom. The mouthpiece just goes into the cabinet, closed, and then this just stays on the counter and it's kind of tucked away in the corner and it doesn't take up much room. It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it is really, it's so compact. All you need is to have the outlet, nearby to plug it in. And these smart rings, like we talked about, this is kind of the way that the kids, I guess, are able, right, to know which mouthpiece is theirs. So which color does Eli use, Ava? Which
He has
one
the
is his
blue
color?
one.
The blue one. This one down here, the bright blue one?
Yep.
Awesome. That's so cool. Do you guys ever change them out or do you typically stick with your same colors?
No, they've stayed with the same color. Our goal is we'll probably, as we maybe add on to using it, my husband and I can use the other rings. So then our whole family can even use just one device.
That's amazing. Yeah, and we have 5 rings here too. So for parents out there, if you've got 5 kids, I mean, up to 5 users can be on just one single Willo unit, which is so awesome. There's different sizes too for the mouthpieces. So I'm assuming that Ava might use a different size than Eli uses. Is that right?
Yep. Yep. So it came with this molding kit where they had to bite down and it's molded perfectly to, at least first to test out, okay, which mouthpiece are we going to use? And then at that point, when you use the subscription, it'll come out every 3 months, I believe. That's when we'll get the new rinse and then the mouthpiece as well.
That's awesome. So yeah, it's like incredibly convenient in terms of you don't have to spend time or any additional money going to the store to get more toothpaste or backup toothbrushes, which is really, really great. And now I understand too that, I mean, kids up to the age of 17 can be using the Willo. So of course you said your son is 13. So you guys, I mean, Ava, you're going to be using this in high school too, right?
Maybe. I mean, yes.
Yeah, it's so cool that you can continue to use it for years to come, and then, like we were talking about, just sort of upgrade the size of your mouthpiece as you grow, as you get bigger. You can get a bigger mouthpiece. It's so good too to know that that it will work with braces. I mean, Lisa, did you have to call over to Willo to kind of ask them that question about the braces and if it was compatible with braces?
Yeah, so he got that after we went to New York. And he didn't have braces then. We got back and then it kind of happened quickly after. And I believe I can't remember if I emailed Maggie or Danielle just saying, hey, is there anything to be concerned with? And no issues, nothing. So he, like I said, he's been using it just fine with, I mean, just again, if anything in addition gets stuck, he just uses the water pick and it helps take that out too. As expected with braces, but yeah, it's been great.
Nice.
It really just gives me, I know, gosh, there's so many things that as parents we have to worry about. I feel like we're always so concerned with, school and what's it going to be like in 5 years? Where are they going to go? And I really have to say that truthfully, again, this really just gives me so much peace of mind. I don't worry about them getting cavities or, just not doing this every day. And it's nice. It's nice. It's kind of crazy to think like, wow, it's been a year already almost. And yeah, I haven't had to worry about that hassle. So
Yeah, well, it's so great too that you mentioned, you saw the improvement after just a couple of weeks too, where you noticed kind of brighter, whiter smiles, not even just after the course of a year, although I'm sure both of their, dental hygiene has improved dramatically from using it, over the course of the year, which is so awesome. I'm so excited for other families to get their hands on a Willo. And like I said, you guys, today you can get $100 off of the Willo using code WILLO100, WILLO100. You can also get a buy one get one free deal today using the code WILLOBOGO. That's BOGO, and that's again buy a unit for $299 and you're going to get one free. So seriously, get in on this deal today and tomorrow until 11:59 p.m. on December 14th. That's Tuesday. So seriously, get in on this because Ava and Lisa are huge fans, and I'm so glad, you guys, that you have joined me today. Lisa, it's so good to hear from you, hear from the parents' perspective. Ava, what would you say to kids out there, who are maybe having a little bit of difficulty brushing or are thinking about getting a Willo for themselves? What's your message to them?
Well, if they are watching this, and if you have a regular toothbrush and it's kind of bugging you like it did to me, then you should get the Willo because it doesn't bug people.
It doesn't bug you, yes. I love that. It doesn't bug me either. It's so great. I love it. It's so comfortable. I know you feel the same way. Lisa, I'm excited for you and your husband to try it out too when you guys can. Because again, even though it's for kids, I mean, hey, adults out there, you got to try it. It is truly a very unique experience. And again, the first toothbrushing robot for kids, but of course us adults can try it out too. Ava and Lisa, thank you guys so much for being here today. It was so good having you on the program and learning more about your experience with Willo.
Thanks, Noelle. It was great being here.
Thank you. You guys have such a good day. And actually, we're going to take a look at that piece of content that Ava filmed over in New York City. Let's roll that now and watch Ava.
My mom said, go brush your teeth, and I was like, okay. Instead of actually using the toothbrush, I would just put water in my mouth and spit it out. Sometimes I would secretly get my iPad. I would play something that sounded like I was brushing my teeth. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. My mom doesn't have to remind me to use the Willo. All I have to do is press the button, and then it just brushes my teeth. I mean, it's the future.
Ava is the sweetest. Thanks so much again to Ava and Lisa Ochoa for joining me this morning to talk more about their experience with the Willo.